So something also to note here, NASDAQ was down today, bonds were up. That negative stock bond correlation, if we're for the bond guys and for us for the people like us that were interested in buying bonds, we have to pay attention to that. We have to, because I have a feeling that, look, again, like I said earlier, Trump walked in on the 20th. Rates have done nothing but go down. If for whatever reason, like jobless claims today weren't too bad. I mean, there was some jump in the unemployment in the government claims, right? For government employees, but regular claims doing fine. So I have the feeling that at some point the market's going to want to at least test the waters, doesn't have to do anything extreme, that the administration is really committed to lower interest rates. Because again, there was maybe one actual bounce. We saw upper vamp one time on the 10-year yield since Trump took office. One time. What happens if we go to 4.5 on the 10-year? How hawkish, or I should say, how restrictive is the administration going to get? What happens if we go to 4.75? Like, these are things in markets. Things aren't so linear. The pressure points get tested. I'm not saying we need to test them, but what would cause the market to go up? Well, lately we've been seeing this positive correlation with stocks, right? Like again, QQQ down today, bonds up. Now, it's not a very strong correlation. I don't want to say we're 1-to-1 right now, but I do think that the fade here in bonds has essentially, that correlation has been wearing off. But I do think that if NASDAQ puts in a bounce, right, in Qs, if we can get a bounce up to maybe mid vamp and then Momo, bonds go lower in that scenario. I think yields would take a hit, right? And maybe it's not a big hit, but if if Qs go to Momo at 503, right, that's where we are at Momo. And let's just say TLT, something like, again, not 1-to-1 correlation. Maybe TLT goes down to 88, right? 88, 87. So not significant, but it starts moving in the wrong direction, right? That's going to be the tell. I think that's going to also be the tell for the deficit. If that happens, you're going to see administration talk, and that is going to be the sign if they're committed to lower bond yields or not. Because it's, you could say, oh, like a lot, X is blowing up with people saying the government wants a recession.